What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for the support, guys. Who knows if I would have gotten my channel back without you guys making a big fuss on Twitter on my behalf. I really appreciate that. I found some very subtle, hard to find ways to reach out to YouTube after like the first day or so. Maybe that helped too. I did everything in my power, and they eventually finally looked at it and unbanned me because I didn't break any guideline rules. Yet I was still banned for multiple days. With no warning. It was like, okay, that could just literally happen at any moment. So, I will always have backups of my videos on odyssey.com. Look for K4K Crypto on there. Follow me on Twitter, because if you miss, like if my YouTube channel is just gone, check my Twitter. If you aren't following me already, it's K4K Crypto on Twitter. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you want to help this channel grow, the bigger this community gets, the less likely they're going to be able to get away with censorship. It's like they can't just like ban Richard, who has 130K subscribers. That would make like news headlines. Like, why is this guy getting banned? Especially more so, you get to 1 million subscribers. So it's important that we rise in the ranks in renown so that we can actually protect ourselves from being censored. And we're all trying to help spread the awareness of cryptocurrency for you guys. So thank you so much. Let's do a little scroll down here. Let me make myself small. This is going to be about buy and burn. But I just wanted to show off how awesome you guys are. Look at this engagement. 1,300 likes. I don't think I've ever broken 1,000 before, but that is freaking crazy. Almost 500 retweets in like a day or two. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you so much. I wasn't getting down about the channel. I figured it would come back, but every day that you don't get it back, you're like, maybe this is it. Like, maybe it doesn't come back. So it started to dwindle me a little bit, but I was going to keep making content regardless. Like, I already have my other channel, K4K Gaming. If you want to check that one out, it's going to be more focused on hitting a different market, getting as much of the low-hanging fruit over there as possible. But it's not going to deter or reduce my content on my crypto specific channel. But if you do like potential gaming content with a crypto background, check that channel out. Give it a sub. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I got lots of sweet stuff coming. I'm going to show you guys the buy and burn and the basically alpha version, I would call it, of the voting structure on PulseX, the DAO, you could call it. And I already made a post on there. It's kind of funny. A few people have figured out the secret tab. There's a secret location for it. You just have to know it. So I'm going to show you guys in this video. And so let's get to it without any further ado. Oh yeah, if you aren't following me on Twitter, you probably should. I post like all this early stuff. Like, let's see, go on here. Like, as soon as the PulseX buy and burn was live, I went and burned. I was like one of the first people to go and use the public function. I also showed people how to do it before it was super easy. But basically, I can't really zoom in much on this. But since you guys can't read it, I'll just tell you what it says. So I was able to actually claim over 9,600 PulseX for doing the burn bounty, where I just run the function, and that was on the system. It's around like $10, but it cost me like a fraction of a pulse to run it. So I made $10 for clicking a button, because the pulse costs less than $1. It costs like less than a penny to run the transaction, and then I get that bounty and in that amount of PulseX. And who knows, if PulseX 10,000x's, that 10,000-ish PulseX could become a lot of money for free. So, I mean, it's only $10. It's like investing $10 at the same time at this early stage. But, I mean, this is what's going to keep the buy and burn constantly going, because it's going to be profitable for people to just hit this button and get, even if they're getting 50 cents, they're getting 50 cents for almost, we'll just say 1 cent to keep it simple. You can get 50 cents for 1 cent. Well, that means it's going to constantly be used. So it's constantly going to be selling down other tokens to purchase PulseX and then burn it. And So far, we have a total of like over 8 billion PulseX has been burned. And let's see, the selected USD value of this buy and burn that I did on that at that moment was $10,000. It was almost $11,000. So basically, it just boom, $11,000 market buy of PulseX and then removed from supply. So this stuff's going to be just like constantly happening throughout the day. Just like, oh, here's a $1,000 buy, $1,000 buy, $1,000 buy. Like, it's going to just keep all throughout the day, like just buying, buying, buying. What's it going to never do? It's never selling. Oh my gosh, let's go. it's just constantly selling down other coins that it gains through fees throughout the PulseX DEX, and then it just uses that capital, a percentage of those fees, to buy PulseX only. It doesn't buy anything else, just PulseX. That's so crazy. And as this DeFi and DEX volume grows, that buying pressure just grows and grows and grows too. It doesn't it doesn't have a cap. It'll just keep going. And this one transaction burned almost 10 million PulseX, according to this photo. So yeah, lots of cool stuff on my Twitter. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I even posted about the voting, which I'll get to. I'm going to show you on my other screen real shortly. I'll show you guys how to check out the cool stuff on the testnet before most anybody else. Just gonna see. I also post really good clips of Richard Hart whenever he makes like amazing statements in videos. I clip them, nice high quality. I even speed it up just a little bit so you can comprehend it and you're not spending like multiple minutes watching it. It saves you some extra seconds, you know. And I try to get this stuff trending on Twitter. It's important to get these messages out there as best we can. And if you don't have a VPN yet, I'd probably recommend getting one, and you can get a discount if you use my code. But anyway, I have a whole video on that. I'll probably go into another video at some point about the security benefits of a VPN. But for me, it actually sped up my internet speed. So I was so super surprised. Because my ISP throttles my internet by like a crazy amount. So I like doubled my speed by using a VPN. Anyway, so let's get to what we want to talk about here. All right, so if you aren't already acquainted with how to connect to the testnet, just watch one of my other videos. I have several videos of how to do every single thing. I show you how to stake your PulseX into the party pool. I show you how to farm after you provide liquidity. So I show you how to provide liquidity. I show you how to delegate your pulse to a validator node. I show you how to do that. That's how you can earn basically free pulse for delegating your pulse. I show you how to do that. I show you how to use the bridge. This is all very important information. Just take your time with it before mainnet, and then you'll be super prepared and not freaking out when it's real money and real transactions. You'll know how to do it. I know I've been saying this in several videos. Sorry for the guys who return for this stuff, but this is super important for every new person watching these videos and into the future. I want this stuff to be useful in the future. So yeah, I have all those videos. Check them out. All right, so this buy and burn. Let's go here. If you are at the PulseX exchange, you can just go to the little dots here, and then there's the new burn tab. Let's check it out. Now currently you select which pairs you'd like to do the front end burn for, and all you do is you just see which ones. I think it automatically sorts by the most valuable ones at the top, and once we have mainnet, we're gonna have like 1,000 different pairs, and so there's gonna be a lot more liquidity, a lot more volume, so a lot more tokens to be burnt constantly. So we should see these numbers be pretty high and constantly being burnt. So this isn't something that like every average user goes in and makes money doing, but some people will constantly run this function and make money on it. So it's just a really smart incentivization structure for getting an automatic buy and burn. But yeah, we can run it right now, and you just select someone already just like ran it, so there's only really one thing. So let's see here. You just select the one that has some LP amount. You can just hit confirm. Unless someone else like does it before me, this should confirm in like 2 seconds. Oh yeah, we have like insanely fast block speeds right now. Yep, just confirmed. All right, and it tells you up in the upper right, that's how much PulseX is burnt, and I earned 0.16 PulseX, and I'm guessing it cost less than that in, let's see, we can see how much the transactions cost. Estimated gas fee is 0.00157 TPLS. So I'm earning 0.16, even on this insanely small amount. Like, there's like nothing going on in the testnet really with volume wise, and this amount is here even after people have been burning it constantly all day. And that's actually a net, like, that's literal profit. Like, even if I'm giving you very small amounts, but you're only costing yourself like less than pennies, this is just like free money. It's like, oh, free extra gas. You can turn that PulseX that you got as a bounty into Pulse or something like that. But yeah, it's just basically going to guarantee constant buy and burn pressure for PulseX. Awesome. All right, so that's basically the automatic buy and burn, and you can see how this can continuously buy up PulseX, especially when we have lots of volume, and it just grows and grows and grows as DeFi grows, because it's the best way to trade. It's the safest way to trade in this world. You can't be censored using a DEX like this from your own wallet. You're not at risk of a counterparty not giving you your coins back or you getting hacked. So this is, or like getting hacked your coins on an exchange, and then they lose all your money. There's no like identity tied to your address when you're trading. Like this is the cream of the crop technology Richard Hart is building. So glad to be a part of it early on and showing you guys how to use this stuff. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about, here, I'll show you how fast these blocks are. Look, we actually have good validators in rotation now, and we're down to the 3-second blocks like we were supposed to be. And I don't see us ever really increasing that until, I don't know, we'd have to have like a lot of good validators fall out of rotation and bad ones fill in for the block speeds to get worse. So like once we get good ones in rotation, we just have like a really solid blockchain just chugging out blocks at around 4 to 5 times faster than Ethereum, which means we have 4 to 5 times the throughput, which means you should always keep spending very little for gas costs. So very, very awesome. This block index thing is not, some people were thinking, oh, if it's only getting a certain percent every couple of days, does that mean that's how many days we have to wait for PulseChain launch? The answer is no, because this is completely unnecessary for a blockchain to launch. You don't even need a block explorer. This just helps people use the blockchain and see the blockchain, what's actually happening, if they aren't like running a node themselves. So yeah, this is just it's almost like user experience. And so this will just take some time to build up once mainnet launches, and that's fine. But yeah, it's not necessary for it to like fully index and then we launch the chain, because obviously it's not necessary, because we're running basically this is testnet, but this could have been mainnet and we would be running fine. Like we're running fine. There's no consensus issues, no bugs that we found. Like it's just working great. So let's talk about the voting and DAO for PulseX. So let's go back here, and you see up here we're actually just going to, instead of /burn, oh, I'm not showing the whole screen here. Let me, filters. Don't know why this is filtered here. Hey, that didn't, did that fix it? Why can't you see the top? Okay. I just want to show you guys that I'm typing in the, oh, it didn't save it. Oh, I put 0 maybe. Ah, there we go. All right. That was weird. All right, so we go up here. Right at the end of, you go to app.v2b.testnet.pulsex.com. And then you do / and then you're going to type voting. Now, it's not super completely public yet. This is kind of like a secret, but you can try it out and give it a few tests here and just kind of get an idea for how it's going to work. It's not fully functional yet, so don't give it too much of a judge. But if we go there, we get this voting page that we can mess around with. Now, one of the things that is interesting with this like DAO voting is usually core votes are made by developers, and they are usually like whatever the proposal says it's going to implement, it actually deploys like the code that's decided in those. Community votes, however, are more like opinions to get holders' opinions in the votes, and then those can usually become core. So you can make a proposal right now, and you can also look at the other proposals. There's a current one core proposal, but it's literally they just typed A. Like they're still just testing this stuff, so we're probably a little too soon. But you can see some people have created proposals, and they've got pretty funny ones because you can name them like whatever you want. We got PP. Very, very mature, guys. Very mature. Let's see what we're voting on here. Pee-poo. Okay. All right. Back out. Back out here. Wow. Never disappoint. I think that was like the only stupid one. Like the other ones are... Oh, that one's new. Release mainnet. These people are trolling. Who's this? We got K4K crypto on YouTube. What's this? So I made this proposal. You guys can make your own proposals. You can make them funny. You can ask real questions to the community, people on the testnet, see what people want to hear. So this is what it'll look like when you see a proposal. Give or take, there may be some slight differences once they have it all fully implemented. But basically you give it a title, and then there's like a description, and I just kind of described what I do on YouTube, and I was like, do you guys want me to do more tutorials or more outreach to like other communities? Now there's no voting yet. I haven't seen anything that has had a vote on it because currently it's not properly calculating how much vote power you have. Anyway, so let's scroll down here. So yeah, I'll show you what it's like to make a proposal. So you can name it something. Test K4K. Just testing. Test. Test 2. So these are choices, and then you pick your dates. You can pick today, pick a time, ending day, ending time, and then you can hit publish. And it says you need at least 10,000 voting power to publish a proposal. You can check your voting power, but it's always going to say 0. Currently, it's not really fully released yet. I'm just giving you guys an inside scoop kind of look, just for fun. If you guys are really nerdy and you like to check out this stuff, I'll have to do an updated video once it's actually functional, probably. But it should be showing us. Let me make myself over here. See how it says 0, but I'm in a PulseX Pulse LP, and I'm in a PulseX Pulse LP farm, and I'm in the PulseX pool, but it just doesn't detect it. So, and it doesn't tell you, like it says, your voting power is determined by the amount of PulseX you held at the block detailed below. It doesn't detail any block, so they gotta add that, and then PulseX held in other places does not contribute to your voting power. So it does count it in your wallet. So, but if you have it in someone else's pool, say there's a website that says, hey, stake your PulseX here, we'll give you something. If it's outside of the DEX, you're at risk of whatever that contract is. Who knows how good that is or safe. But you're also not going to get vote power because they only allow stuff in your wallet to count, LP to count, farm to count in this DEX, and PulseX pools. and that will give you different vote power. I'm not sure if they're weighted differently. Like, is LP PulseX worth 2 vote power, and then PulseX pools are worth 1? Is Wallet worth 0.5? We don't know yet. It may be 1 for each. But yeah, this would tell you your vote power. But the funny thing is, if you hit publish, it will let you sign. You sign this. Move this over here. So it doesn't even cost you any gas to do this. You hit sign, and it actually creates it. Even though I don't have the vote power, it says I have to have 10,000, but it still let me make it. So yeah, obviously it's a little janky and it's not completely finished, but like they're already got the UI done and stuff. So I think they're probably got it really close to done, and they haven't pushed the final thing to live yet. So yeah, that is the voting tab and the DAO, and that's how you're going to be voting on, like, mostly the ones that are going to impact pools and stuff are going to be core votes, the core proposals, which usually come after community votes on stuff. So yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. Glad I could share it with you guys. I hope you guys are excited for more videos to come out. I've got some great ideas for impacting other communities and getting them to check out pulsechain, so look forward to that stuff. All right, I think that's everything. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.